Okay, so we are on recording and welcome to day 4 of live reversal WhatsApp class of 31st August batch. Okay, I've shared the Slido screen and I'm just going to start answering the questions. So the first question is from Neha, and before I go for it, I would like to welcome Tejasvi. Thank you for joining, Tejasvi. Welcome and very good evening. Okay, so Neha is not on the call, but Neha, in case if you are watching the recording, here is the answer. At the time of starting the execution work, what kind of legal formalities and commitments should be done with a client, or it can be processed verbally? I was expecting some questions which is related to today's session, but anyways, you have asked this, I'm gonna answer you. Okay, there is something called as work contracts that you need to get into. So if you guys want, I can just share that contract document tomorrow with you all. So whenever you are getting into the execution, we can just get that contract, works contract done with your client. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, Neha. Oh, you are there. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
hi, good evening,
Yes,
sir.
Neha.
How are you?
I am absolutely good and very great to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, Neha. So you asked.
Yeah, sir, this is the question. What's the legal formalities before to start the work, execution work you should follow?
So yeah, legal formalities is there is a works contract. Okay, so there is a
Yeah.
complete works contract document. I have that works contract document. So I'll just share it
Okay.
with you guys. You can just go through that, and based on your comfort, you can just go ahead and add something or delete something. But that is going to give you a complete framework for a works contract. Okay, don't put my name because it
Okay.
has a my company name and my name and all that. So make sure that you changes. Otherwise, you'll do project and contract will happen on my name. Okay. So I'm just
Okay.
going
Okay.
to
I
give you.
will add it. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll
Thank
give
you.
you that. You can just go through that and you can use it. Great. Okay. So next question we have from only women. Okay. Vimal says this is Vimal. Is there any questionnaire from that we can share with the client before meeting him or to understand them better? Yes, Vimal. There's a complete set of questionnaires. So I'll share that tomorrow. And those entire questionnaires that we have built up completely to finalize customer. Okay. So those questionnaires I'm just going to show you. So there are complete set of questionnaires wherein you can get something specific out of it. Okay. The next question from Emily is, do we need to speak more about the materials or about the design and elements? So answer to this question is, Vimal, we should not speak. The answer is make customers speak so that we understand them more. If we talk more, sometimes they get off, because we talk about our design, we talk about our background, we talk about our strength, and most of the time, customers are not interested in all that. Customer is interested in what kind of solutions you can give, how you can solve their problems. If you, whenever you are asked, you give that answer, customer is always in comfort. So let's not talk about material, let's not talk about design, let's not talk about elements. First, understand what is it, and from the customers when you are at the receiving stage, when you are taking the requirements. But when at the time of design discussion, be very crisp and talk about the utility more. Okay, that if you have designed something, maybe a crockery unit, then what is the utility part of it, or what is the utility, how it is solving the customer in terms of utility. So talk more on the utility. Even if it is a TV unit, how it is better for a use, or how user friendly, what kind of thing you have kept in your mind. Maybe you are putting something which is like, let's say, the specific drawer for the remotes, right? Because otherwise, remotes are just lying here and there. So maybe some specific drawer for the remote, or maybe you have planned completely a complete big TV panel, and on that you have given one switch panel, which that switch panel talks about. I mean, that can get connected to all the wiring that is happening into the TV panel. So which is utility. Some shelf that you have put, maybe the TV unit is next to the door, and you have given some tall unit, and you can just go ahead and say this tall unit is for the moment you walk into the house and you want to drop something, probably you can just open this tall unit and put it. So this is how, when you talk about the utility, it interests the customer. So don't talk about yourself. Don't talk about the how wonderful something is designed and all that. No, talk about utility, and that is where you win. Next question, also from women.
Sir,
Yes, yes, women.
A small clarity, sir.
Yeah.
In the
Go
video,
ahead.
you mentioned that, we want to give more information to the client when we are discussing. So actually, my question is related to that only. Like, we need to talk about the material or the design.
So, at what stage you are asking for this query? As in, you are asking me this question. What stage you are asking me this question? Are you before closing, after closing, or in the design process? What is it? What is the
In the
stage?
initial stages, when we initially meet the clients, like when we had the lead, initial stage, like the first stage of building a rapport.
Yes.
When they visit office or when we visit their place.
Yes. So when you're building the rapport, you should not talk. I don't talk. I don't tell them that how many projects I'm doing and what I am and who I am and all that. Let them know slowly. Like, when what happens, women, if you meet a girl, right? Okay, she's complete stranger, and you'll say that I'm the owner of a design wall, and I'm like earning this much. I have so many businesses, and I have Ferrari and all that. And girl is like completely off, and is like, why you are telling me this, right? If you are like proposing, you straight away need to come and tell me that what value adds you can do to her, right? So that is how you can. If you talk about like Ferrari and your business and all that, that will put the girl off, right? So that is the same way. I always say, start dating your customer, not in the literal sense, but wherein customer understands you. What happens when you date someone, right? You date someone, they starts understanding you, and once they understand you, they like you, they want to go ahead with you. Same happens with the customer. So we just don't have to say that, we don't have to fake customer, but we need to listen more and understand the customer. Let them speak, because no one is, trust me guys, this can work like a magic. Everyone keeps talking. And when you don't talk, you let customer talk, they feel comfort. That is where you are different than others. You don't talk about yourself at all. And you just say, sir, what you want, how you want, what is in your mind, how I can solve. So this kind of questions you can ask. Don't talk anything unless and until they say something. Okay, can you tell me something about yourself? Then probably you can just go ahead and keep it very brief and say that, okay, this is what I am and this is what I do. That's it. As the journey progresses, as the relationship goes ahead as a customer and consultant, they'll anyways know you. And then you become your relationship become very comfortable, wherein even you can crack a joke, and that is how you can go ahead and close, right? So at any stage of it, initially, so definitely you should not talk. Let them talk. Okay. Now, when I said that don't talk, that doesn't mean that you go to meet a customer and say, I'm not going to talk because Vishal said that you are not supposed to talk. So you only talk. I'm just going to listen. So no, make it conversative, definitely, but make it more receiving from your end, wherein customer feels comfortable to open up. The more he talks, what happens, he becomes comfortable with you. And that is what we want, guys. We want customer to become comfortable with you. So let him speak and receive. As keep so much of patience. The person who keeps maximum patience wins. Okay. Is it okay, Vimal, or anything else that you are looking for?
Okay, sir. Got the answer.
Great. Fantastic. And Vimal says, how effective is warranty in terms of closing a lead? What are the basic things we need to cover under warranty to attain customers' trust? Okay. So warranty, trust me, it doesn't, actually it is kind of, I would say it is just overused word in our industry. No customer is actually asking you warranty, that what is the warranty you're going to give me for your service and product. Okay. But even if you have to give a warranty, you can give warranty only on the hardwares. Okay. And not if they break the hardware, it doesn't hold. Like maybe the spring, if you have used something auto close hinges and all that, and if it is loses its tension, or if sometime what happens if the shutter bends, for the bench. So that also comes under the warranty. Or sometime the hinges gets rusted very soon, so that comes into the warranty. If the channel stops moving or some ball bearing comes out or something of that sort, that comes into the warranty. If your handle breaks immediately after this thing, so how it is broken, that you need to understand, that comes under warranty. So this kind of thing which comes under warranty, not definitely the scratches and something deliberately broken and stuff like that. So this is what you can. If it comes when it comes to the lighting definitely some lighting contains the warranty for 1 year. Some lighting doesn't hold any warranty. So based on that product to product, you can give warranty. Okay. And yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, if you say warranty, people, you can get a trust from the customer. But I would suggest that more than the warranty, you put it like after sales service and say, you know what, when you're going, don't say if you're going. So say when you're going with us, when you're going with us, we have something called as after sales service also, wherein we are going to take care of you. Maybe anything that you need, probably we'll arrange a people from our end and help you out. Right? So it is not, you're not talking about straight away with the warranty, but after sales service, that you know anything gets jammed or something and you want kind of it to be working out well, so you can just go ahead and call us and we are going to provide you that. So instead of warranty, go ahead and use after sales service or after sales support, that you can say. Okay, so Neha has another question. Neha says, how to keep secret and safe about the profit, what we are getting from client and what are we paying to contractor labor. We face this problem in residential work. Okay, Neha, see, you know what, everyone knows that we are also working for living, right? We have families, we have bills to pay, we have cars to run, we have to buy fuels, we also feel hungry, we eat food and all, right? So everyone in the world knows that any product and service that you're going to give, you're going to earn profit on that. Okay. And how you can keep secret? I'm telling you, you don't have to keep a secret. Okay. You don't have to keep anything secret, because I don't know how customer will come to know that where you're buying from and how you're buying. So that is one thing which you need to work on, that how you're sourcing and how you're packaging and giving it to your customer. That is number one. And even if you have to put it upfront, you should be so comfortable to the customer saying that, you know, I am taking 20% on this, because below this, I don't think it is going to work, because that is where I don't meet my break even. So when you have that clarity, you can just go ahead and open it up. Also, there is no issue as long as the customer has something wherein it is in budget. It's in his budget. Now his budget is 15 lakhs, and if you are giving 15 lakhs quote, absolutely okay, right? But if his budget is like 13 lakhs and your quote is 15 lakhs, and your relationship with the customer is so good, he's kind of so comfortable in liking you, then he'll say, you know what, Neha madam, I want to go ahead with you. How can you help me so that, you know, 15 is something I cannot manage, but you know my budget is 13. I'm telling you very openly. Maybe I can try and push myself a little bit by a lakh or something. And can you just try and come down to bring it to 14, because I want to work with you. So in that case, you can just go ahead and work out and see if you can reduce your profit, or maybe you can squeeze your input cost or something, and then go ahead and close it. So it is all about making customer comfortable through your processes and systems. And then, you know, he will not even ask that how much you are earning. As long as you are giving him a
Okay.
quality services, he's always happy.
Okay, can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you so much for the answer. But sir, sometimes it happens. You know what it's like. Sometimes a contractor disclose all that we are just getting this amount to this, and she is, you know, asking this very much amount from you. So I can do this work for you, but in the very less amount. So at that condition, the client misbehaves. That this we are just, you know, just asking this. He knew I was getting the 20% amount of the profit is 20, but they objected at last. Actually, this problem I have faced in my last site. So that's why I'm asking.
Okay. So here, you know what? You can straight away just remove that contractor and throw him somewhere where he never comes back to you. Okay. Don't give him work, because it's a uh, breach of trust, right? Let's say suppose if I am your contractor and you are giving me work, and I'm going and telling customers, you know what, Neha madam is charging you 10 lakhs rupees, but I can do this work only at in 6 lakhs rupees or 7 lakhs rupees. And then customer says, oh, okay, the Neha is charging more. Okay, let me speak to her.
Yeah.
Okay, then here the problem is with that contractor, and even problem with the customer as well to certain extent, because customer should say that, you know what, don't tell me all this. I mean, if you are being paid 7 lakhs and I'm paying 10 lakhs, how does it matter to you? You, whatever you have quoted, you are getting. What she is quoting me, she is getting. And as far as, you know, I'm getting what I want, there is none of your business of coming down to me and speaking to this. Let me get Neha online and probably, you know, get this sorted. I don't want to listen to this kind of bullshit again. If your customer is that kind of a customer who speaks to your contractor like that, then his entire moral will break. And that is what has happened with us. You know, the customer was so happy with us, so happy in the entire process. And our false ceiling, so we are just charging 60 rupees for false ceiling. He went ahead and said that, you know, sir, he didn't say that I am being paid 45 rupees, but he said, sir, if you have any other project in your circle, I just take 45 rupees. So if you have any project, just let me know. Then the customer said, okay, you take 45 rupees, right? So how much you are getting here? Then he said, sir, वो तो मैं नहीं बोल सकता हूँ. Then he's like, no, you can tell me. Then he said, okay, I am getting only 45 rupees. How much sir is charging you? He asked the customer. Then customer said, sir is charging 100 rupees. He said, sir, that is too much. You know what? आप मेरे को काम दे दीजिए, मैं 2 रुपए और करता हूँ. That is what happened. And then next day, after that, he left. Client called me and he said that, you know what, this has happened. Can we meet tomorrow on site? And I want this fellow to be in front of you. Then I said, okay, great. Then he made the fellow friend stand in front of me as if it's a regular site visit or something. And then he told that Bablu, okay, Bablu was his name, the ceiling fellow's name. He said, Bablu, तुमने बोला था ना वो और एक काम तुम कर लोगे 45 rupees में, तो कर लोगे क्या, मेरे दोस्त का नंबर लिख लो. And then he was like kind of telling in other way that don't tell in front of the sir, right? And then he said, Arey, Tushar, you know what Bablu was telling me that he can do only for 45 rupees. So why you are charging me 100 rupees? And now client is with me. And then I said, because Bablu should be paid 45 only and I should be paid 100 rupees only. So that is the difference between Bablu and me. And from that day, you know, Bablu never came back to me and I never called him. So there is a level of a contractor and a designer. If you can actually put that across very clearly to your customers, then these issues will not arise. So this happened with me, but the customer knows that, okay, I have an overhead, I have an office, there are 10 people working for me, and then you know, the salaries, the rent and electricity bills and the kind of systems I have invested, all those things, you know, the customer also knows that I have an overhead. What overhead that contractor has? He has just one bike. He's just putting 2 liter petrol every day and he's running
Yes, sir.
side to side.
Yeah, but actually, the everybody wants to get its work done in the very less amount. So that time, the
Neha,
interruption arrives.
no. This is a myth. Actually, this is a myth that everyone wants to get it done at a less amount. No, it is absolutely myth. So that is why I don't remember, maybe because otherwise on the day 1 or day 2 call I said that you need to understand whom you are targeting, who is your customer. If your customers are amazing customers, wherein effort is less and the return is high, these kind of customers will never do this kind of a cheap stuff. So if this is happening, you need to check that whom you are actually targeting. Then these issues will happen. Because if someone who wants to really get it done at a cheaper price, then they are not your customer. You will have to look for a customer who can actually give you your price, and they don't even get into that digging that how much you are earning and how much they are losing out onto. So that should not be their idea. Their idea is, okay, I'm paying whatever I've agreed to Neha, I'm going to pay, and in terms whatever she has agreed to give me service, she should give me service and the product, right? So here that issue is with the customer. I mean, when I say customer, it is like the segment that you are kind of targeting. Look into it, go for a better customers, and you will not have this thing. That is why I said that you need to have a filtration process in place from your leads to prospect to customer, and your process in place wherein you actually understand that who are your real customers and who are not your real. So tomorrow I am going to open up my entire process, that how I filter. Neha, this is for everyone, guys. So how I filter, and I just get to know that someone who is of not fitting into my category of A, B customers, and he is either C or D customers, we stop following up. We absolutely stop following up. C customer, if he comes back to us, we deal with it. And D customer, even if he comes back to us, we say, sir, we are busy. So we are very sorry that we'll not be able to serve you. You please look for someone else. We do that. How many of you do that? You don't do that, right? How many of the customers you say we cannot serve you? You got to be very
Sir,
open.
I have done it. I have done it many times.
Fantastic, Indrajit.
सर एक कस्टमर आएगा तो वही चलेगा, लेकिन ऐसा कस्टमर नहीं चाहिए जो बार्गेन करेगा, कि ऐसा
Correct.
घुमाएगा, जो कस्टमर नहीं चाहिए.
So he said एक customer आएगा तो चलेगा, but he wants that customer which is a very good customer. Now here little mindset also I want to change, that don't stick to one customer, stick to at least 10 customers, right? So that kind of customers, target 10 customers in a month, and at least have 5 to 6 projects every month. If 5 to 6 is like too much, at least 2 clients you need to start with every month. Guys, when you do this, right, every month 2 customers, just see where you will actually start building wealth. Last month we closed 4 projects, and this month by now we have already closed 2 projects, and I can just show you the okay, I'll just share the this thing WhatsApp chat with the customer. He wants to come and close. He wants to come and close. Now you tell me how it is, because it is just because of the process. And I've still told him that okay, I'll come back and tell you the time. He's willing to come and close. I'll just show you the WhatsApp chat of the group. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, guys. So these are like amazing stuff which once you learn, it is gonna solve your problem for life. Can you see this? Priya Residences. Okay. This is her husband. I have not even saved the number. He said, hi Tushar, shall we meet this weekend to finalize the latest changes? You can come to your office and go through initial formalities. Initial formalities is nothing but he is willing to pay me advance. This is as simple as that. Initial formalities is advance. I'm paying you money and start my work. Okay, I said, yes, Karan, I'll just confirm in some time. It is at 5 o'clock. It is now 7:30. I've still not confirmed because I'm just fighting with my time on Saturday. Then Priya said that, okay, hi Tushar, please keep the fridge and crockery and all that. She gave some input. Okay, I said, noted. As discussed, something she gave. I said, okay. I've still to confirm the time. And this is like, they are willing to close on Saturday. So 2 projects so far already closed. This is like the 3rd project. And there's 1 more project which is in pipeline. So you need to figure out the customer, that who are your customers. Once they resonate, they will come behind you. You don't have to go behind the customers. This is just one classic example how the customers are behind us. He's saying, can I come? Can I come and close? Can I come and close? You want this, guys. You will get this, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Who is this?
Hello, Tejasvi.
Yes, Tejasvi. Tell me.
Hello.
Yes, Tejasvi.
Yeah. Today I saw the sales process. It was very, very clear and all. But I want to know how much time can we take to complete this process? Like how much time we can spend? Because initially we don't know how good the customer is when you go or not. To what level we go, we don't know, right? See, if somebody came who is eating our time and all, to what level we can go and how much time we can spend for that?
Behind the customer, you are saying how much time you can spend? Tejasvi? Tejasvi? Guys, am I audible? Tejasvi? I
Yeah,
think
how much time we can spend to complete the sales process? That's what I was asking.
it all depends. We have customer in sales funnel from last 1 year also, and we have closed those customers. From 1 year, we are nurturing them. It all depends. So it is like once you how would I say? Okay, now once you, let's say, suppose you get up in the morning, right? You get up in the morning, you go ahead and brush your teeth. Now brushing the teeth is your process to achieve dental hygiene. Correct? So like that, you don't have to remember that, okay, I have to get up and I have to brush the teeth. You straight away get up and you go ahead and brush your teeth. And by doing that, you achieve the dental hygiene. So in my process also, there are processes wherein we don't have to remember, we just have to go ahead and do it. Once we do it, the customer is in touch every day. And the outcome of that is customer closes with us because he thinks that, okay, this is the only guy who remembers me, from last 1 year, they are like kind of following up with us. So the power is in following up. There are only 5 ways to close the customers. There are only 5 ways to close the customer. The number one is follow up. Number two is follow up. Number three is follow up. Number four is follow up. And number five is follow up.
Yeah.
We don't follow up, so customer is like, we move out of their head and they go to someone else. So if I understand, as a designer, it is very difficult for us to follow up, and we feel like I cannot do all that. I can do design better design, but I cannot do follow up. Hire someone who can do follow up, or set a process wherein you can follow up. So we have a complete list of customers in a Google sheet, and we just go ahead and say, okay, this day follow up is done. Now it is not that 1 year we nurtured, every day we are calling him and say, sir, what happened, sir? When are you coming? No, it doesn't happen. So we either, put something to him, or maybe just we send a tip to him. Like every one of you have joined, you got 30 tips, right? 30 tips in PDF. So those tips, and before your WhatsApp class actually started, I was sending one image in the group, right? Tip day one, tip day two, like that.
Yes.
Like that, we have 30. That's those same tips we have in the 30 images template. In every week we send one to that customers. Every week one tip, and he remembers. Okay, Latitude Pro. That is my company name. On that we don't write Tushar Pari and life reversal and all that. That's a different design. On that, just one tip. That thing. Okay, this kind of light you can use. This kind of material you can use. This. So it is like kind of continuously he knows. Then what he'll do one day, he'll tell CRM also, hey, you know what, my project is at this stage. I'm thinking of coming and meeting you guys. So we are continuously
Contact.
in touch with them.
Yes. Okay.
So that is where it happens, Tejas.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. This for some people this is like crazy, but yes, you need to do it. So it is 1 year or 2 years, or if you have so many projects, and if you like, but we didn't leave that customer for 1 year because we knew that he's a kind of a customer. Now for 1 year we had an effort of just sending him one WhatsApp message in 1 week, but that's okay, right? We have a reminder set for entire 6 months. So I'll just show you something. This is the Alexa on my table. Okay, this is the Alexa with the screen. So what I do is anything that I have to do. Okay, I say Alexa, go ahead and remind me for 15 months on this date about this, and then every that particular day it will just pop up in the morning and say, Tushar, this is what is to be done. Right? Like that, we put it into the calendar for 15 months in case if we have to follow up. So every time my CRM sees the calendar, he knows that today I have to do this and I'll do that. And we have another process wherein we call it as a daily we get into the reporting, okay, which is called as operational meet. I'm just going to talk about that tomorrow. In that operational meet, we say something that we have breakthrough or breakdown. We just go ahead and there are 10 items for each people. We just huddle up in the morning for 15 minutes and we say 10 items, 7 breakthrough, 3 breakdown. We don't even ask what is breakdown, what is breakthrough. I am not concerned. You have 10 items, out of that 3 is breakdown. Next day he will make sure that those 3 also breakthrough. So we have that kind of a process wherein he is consciously understanding that this is breakdown from yesterday. So I have to make sure that I get through today. And we just huddle up. I don't ask, okay, 3 things you have not done. What is it not done? He'll only figure out how to do it. If he cannot figure out, then specifically he'll come and sit on one-to-one and say that, this is where I'm getting stuck and this is not happening. So we have a very strong follow-up for, achieving our goals, which I'll open up tomorrow. You'll understand, guys, what is it. If you want, just see it tomorrow. I just don't want to talk about it tomorrow. Okay, Tejasvi?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So someone says today's video is a little bit tough, complicated seems to me. I understand. Great work design on my own presentation. How to design the slides that would be on the content. Sir, what are you? Sir, are you getting me? I don't. Anonymous. So okay. Okay. So okay. Biswas, this is all your questions, right? Okay. So you have written entire questions here. Top 3 from me. Biswas. Okay. I forgot to type my name before sending it. That's okay. So
Yes, sir. It's my question.
So your name is Biswas or your name is Pubali?
My name is Pubali. Viswash is my surname.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Okay. I'll call you Pubali. Okay. So Pubali, you are saying today's video was little bit tough, complicated seems to me. I understand.
Yes, sir.
With the whole, sir, how to design my own presentation. So it is very simple. This thing, Pubali. Presentation is a presentation. If you can design something simple, that is simple. Okay. Whatever you are designing for your customer, you just need to go ahead and put that into the presentation. There is no rocket science that you need to build around. You want to see one presentation how we do it to the customer?
Yes,
I'll
sir.
just show you in case. Okay, I'll just quickly pull that out. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
What is on my screen? I think now it is my Google Drive is opening, right? Can you see my Google Drive opening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
These are all my customers, right? These are all my customers, and I'm just going to open one customers here. Okay. So I also don't have edit permission. The edit permission is only with my design team. I also get only viewing permission. So that is how your process should be. So that by mistakenly I cannot change anything. And because if I change anything, they cannot come and say that, sir, you have changed something. How can do that and all. Right? So it is. You can see here. I don't have a permission to edit. I have only permission to view, and this is my email address which I have logged in. Tushar Paria, tushar@latitudepro.in. This is my another company which is Design Pro. Okay, so this is how we make presentation. I'm just going to quickly show you. So this is like planned. This is the entrance. Okay, couple of views of entrance. This is the living room. Right. So we just show, this is how we show the presentation to the customer, and then we talk about it, that how it is and all. Right, based on their requirement. So this is how we make complete presentation. Right. So content, you don't have to worry for Pubali. Anything that you want to present to the customer, just go ahead and make it. Don't run behind the perfection. Perfection is a myth. Progress is the key. If you'll run behind to make something which is perfect, it is never going to happen. You know what? If you make anything, first people will laugh at you. But when you make, you'll know what mistakes you have made and how hard way you have learned. You go ahead and improve that. And then those people who laughed on you, one day they'll start copying you. That I'm 100% sure about. Right? So don't feel that, I don't know how to make my presentation and how will I, whatever, you're something, everything do from heart. Okay? Do it so purely that anything that you make, you are going to give so much fantastic presentation. Don't get scared that, my presentation is not good. Your presentation cannot be good than me because I have practiced so much. Right? Now, when you are starting, your presentation should be good. Next day when you are making, it should be better than what you have made today. So make progress every day. When you make progress every day, you become perfect. Not perfect, but you make progress. Perfection is a myth. I always say, there is nothing in the world which is perfect. Now, if you say 40 years back also, the flights used to crash. Now, after 40 years today also, the flights are crashing. But there is so much of development into the electronics and mechanics has happened. But still the flights are crashing, right? So still we need to progress and make flights which will never crash. Or maybe, if something goes wrong, the parachute will come up and, the entire fuselage will drop onto the land safely. something like that, right? So there is nothing called as perfect. Flights are also not perfect. The cars are also not perfect. Nothing is perfect in the world. Only one thing in the perfect in the world is sunrise and the sunset. That, you know, the perfect time throughout the year, it sun rises and sets. Apart from that, there is nothing which is perfect in the world. So don't run behind the perfection. Work on your progresses. Every day you learn something, you become better. And just let that fear go out of you that I cannot do it, right? So anything complications, you can just go ahead and ask me. I'll explain you 10 times. Even after this WhatsApp class, every one of you, no issues, guys. Just go ahead and put anything into the Facebook, okay, in our group, and I'll make sure that I reply. You straight away ask me messages on my personal this thing also. Whenever I am free, I'll go ahead and reply you with the voice note. So, but and make sure that you progress and you become something which you kind of aspire to. That is commitment from my side to you guys. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pidali. You are saying enter questions from, okay. This is also you. Though we show real projects and sites to the client, they still won't get ready to give projects. Please let me know where I'm losing, please, sir. This is from you, Pubali.
Which one?
The we show real projects to the client, but still they don't.
No, it's not mine.
Okay, fine. So someone anonymously has written, when you show clients sites to the client and still they don't close project with you, that is only because we have a half-hearted processes. I am talking every day about the processes because tomorrow when you see process, you will understand that it is not only the design and the finish that customer is looking at. Customer only doesn't look for designs and the finishes. He wants the complete solutions. He wants complete, I would say, experience. If you build that experience, he will not even go ahead and look at your sites. Okay. So, okay, Neha, one more question. Great. What kind of registration and knowledge is required to start interior design business as a proprietor? Neha, you can just go ahead and register your proprietary firm, which is like, you know, you have to register label license. Probably if you have a one person or two, something like that. So that is the easiest thing that you can do. You can do the label license and start the registration. And if your turnover is going about 20 lakhs a year, you need a GST registration. Then you can just go ahead and do the GST registration. If you have these two licenses, I think you can start ahead and do your business as an interior design business as a proprietor. Let me take a sip, guys. One more question from Vimal says, we are sending the quotation first to the client. Then if they are okay with it, we are taking it to the next level. Please give your feedback on this. So nothing wrong in this, Vimal. But if this is what is your business model, that you want to give a quotation first, and if they are okay, you'll take them to the next level. I don't do that. I don't give them quotation. I give them a quotation at the end. And once I give quotation, they just discuss with me. They don't even negotiate. And they openly say, Tushar, I want to do it with you. But this is what I can spend. Or this is okay with me. Let's go ahead and do it. So my sales is like so much of like a conversation. It's not a pressure selling that I do. I never do pressure selling. Not I am under pressure, not customer is under pressure. Wherein customer feels that okay, now he's selling, I'll have to either say yes or no. Or maybe you are under pressure that I don't know whether he'll say yes or no. So there is nothing wrong in this process. You can do it, but let's catch up tomorrow. See my process. If you like my process, just go ahead and duplicate that.
Okay, sir.
Something called as I don't know. Did I talk about reverse engineering yesterday? Yeah. So reverse engineering is just copying someone and doing what exactly he's doing and achieving the result he's getting. So if you are like kind of liking my process tomorrow, go ahead and duplicate everything. I'm just going to give you everything, showing you everything. Go ahead and copy it, and you'll get the result what I'm getting. Provided you put the effort that I'm putting. Okay. If you're putting less effort and you are following that same process, you're not going to get a result. Or maybe you'll get a result which is not consistent. If you need a consistent result, you'll have to completely copy how I'm doing it, and you'll get a consistent result. That I'm very sure. Okay. Neha says today's video you said that don't ask client how much amount you want to less in the quotation. Then how do we know what other quote to the client for same work? Neha, can you unmute and explain once? This question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, by the today's video, just you suggest that you don't ask the client how much you want to less in the quotation. The client into the quotation is high.
Okay. So did I say in the video saying that, don't ask customer that how much you want to reduce in this quotation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And did I say that don't go ahead and reduce also?
Yeah. Suppose the example is if I quote the 20 lakhs, right? And the client wants a less. So how much amount I should less? Sometimes it's 2%, 3%, 1%. How do I know what other quote?
So Aryabhat has kind of invented zero. Let's start using that. So I would say that reduce zero. But if the customer is negotiating, you can give value adds. Okay. What you can do is you can say, okay, fine. So what I'll do is I'll give you a chimney free, or maybe you'll say, okay, living room complete false ceiling is on to me. Okay, if there is no false ceiling in the design and only woodwork is there, and then he's negotiating, he says, sir, trust me on this negotiation. I mean, I cannot reduce the price, but what I can do from my side is I'll give you false ceiling free, which is in the living room. Okay, just you go ahead and give that one false ceiling free to the customer, and then he'll like it. He'll say, okay, I'll stretch it and you give me false ceiling free. In turn, what happens? This has happened with me. We have done that. Okay, so the entire woodwork we did, and then the customer was asking for a discount, and I said, sir, trust me, there is no discount possible in this. But since you are asking, what I can do is just living room. I'll just go ahead and do the false ceiling free. I did that, and then when the work was going on, he came back and he said, Tushar, can you tell me how much the false ceiling will cost for the entire house? And then I calculated and I said, okay, for entire house, living room is on to me. Rest of the thing, if you do it, is going to cost you 60,000-70,000 rupees plus lighting and all that, additional another 60,000. So around 1.5 to 1.6 lakh. He said, okay, done. Okay, I'll give you 1.5 lakh extra. Just go ahead and do the false ceiling in entire house. So my the ticket value also increased, and looking at that happening into the living room, he felt good. So forget about the negotiation, but he ended up paying me more. So it is actually a skill which you'll have to slowly develop, wherein customer actually end up paying you more. Tomorrow I'm going to show you from the customers who doesn't close with me. Still I earn from them. Forget about the person who is closing with me. The people who don't close with me, I still earn from them. How I'm going to show you tomorrow, and it is going to get blown away. If you like that, just go ahead and copy that. Okay, so don't reduce. Make sure that whatever costing that you are giving, be very confident on that and say, this is my price, sir. And you know what? If I come below this, I'm going to get into the loss. This is my break even. So I cannot work because I have to, if I am working into the loss, if you are asking, right? And now it is getting into the pressure kind of a thing. If you are asking and if I give you a discount, what will happen? I will work unhappily for next 2 months on your project. And then I'll start giving less importance to the project. And I don't want that. Okay. If you really think that this is too much stress and pain for you, I would still suggest that you look for someone. But from me, please don't expect to reduce, because then, I don't want to give that kind of a feeling in your project wherein, you are not kind of comfortable. I am not comfortable. So let both of us get comfortable, and this is the price. Trust me on this, I cannot do anything. But since you are asking so much, this is what I can additionally do. Or maybe one shoe rack is from my side. right? But apart from that, please don't ask me anything because you know how I am and you know how I work. We have been like kind of associated for a couple of weeks. So by now you must have understood and you agree that we are, doing a thing which are different than others. So that is how you need to put it across.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
If we are doing a proprietor, when we called up in the client firm, if we are doing a proprietor, when we called up the client for meeting and details, the same we meet them, sometimes many tasks. Can you just reframe this, Nia? I didn't understand the question.
Yeah, actually, sir, from last some time now, I was working as a freelancer of interior
Okay.
designing and executing all the projects. Right. So sometimes when I got the lead, I called to the client by myself only. I have two or more partners, but they sometimes they go with me and sometimes not. So when I used to go to meet the client, so they ask say all the things by calling and meeting. Are you managed by yourself? So they thought we are very small firm and all, and we will not deserve and try to take up to the project, and we will manage the project. So then that is the confusion between the clients and us. So what should we do at that time?
Okay, so client feels that you manage everything by yourself, and they feel that since you are a one man army, it will be a problematic because then you cannot do everything by yourself, right? Is that your question?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I had a same situation Neha when I started. Okay, what I did,
Okay.
I tied up with a couple of my friends who are same into the interiors. So we used to team up. We used to team up three people. Okay, and whenever it was my lead, I used to take one person as a kind of my assistant. When he used to go for his lead, I used to go like his assistant, right? And then
Okay.
for my lead, I used to give his number. For his lead, he used to give my number. And then we'll say, okay, I'll speak to sir and come back to you. So that is how we used to kind of make that feel customer that, okay, we are kind of a team, but we were just working for each other. Whoever wins the more deal is on to them, right? So, and there was no profit sharing, but it was just kind of helping each other. So you can find some friend like that who can team up with you and you help him or her in her project, and your friend can help you in your project. So that is one way of doing it. Alternatively, just take one project, okay, and say that, okay, I
Yes.
am the only person, I'm a solopreneur, and I'm going to work on your project. But what, there are a lot of people whom I'm outsourcing. So my
Yeah.
skill is in the coordination. Just go ahead and speak truth to the customer. Don't fake it saying that,
Okay.
I have an organization or I have a people or something. You don't have to do that. The
Yes, sir.
more, yeah.
Yeah, because I love to do the follow up and to call the customers and how they are thinking and what are
Yes.
they thinking, because before some time I had a person also, and I just forwarding my leads and the contacts to her, and in meanwhile what she started just sending just selling again, repeating the leads to another client. So for this, this thing, I started to calling myself to my customers. Whatever is the first customer or the mediator customer
So
where work is going on.
I'll tell you one very simple thing here. What if since you are a
Yeah.
solopreneur, you can just go ahead and tell
Mhm.
your customers, I am a solopreneur. That is why I don't have much overheads. I'm working from my home. That is why my margin is also less. And I have a tie-up with the people wherein I just follow up and get your work done. If the same thing, if you're getting done from someone who has an overhead like offices and who has office and the people to pay salary and all that, they definitely go ahead and charge you more. So if you go with me, this is where you get a benefit. If they ask you something that do you manage everything by
Okay.
yourself, and on top of that, use Corona, okay, and say, you know what, sir, the market is going so down after this Corona. Who is willing to
Yeah.
invest so much into the overheads? Anyways, the business is down, right? And now I was
Yeah.
anyways thinking of doing it, but now I'm not thinking because I know that how to outsource and how to get work done. There are people who doesn't know how to outsource, and I have learned that skill. So this is how I do it, and I'm sure that what you are interested in. Anyways, you are you are like, you are getting it done. So you are also hiring me. You are not taking me on a role. Like that also, I am taking people. I'm not putting them on a role, but I'm just hiring them from a project to project. It works for them. It works for me. As simple as that. So just go ahead and tell that to your customers, and they love to listen to that.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So next question from Vimal. Okay. So today Vimal and Neha is like every ball you're like going for a success. What should be the basic profit margin we need to work on a residential projects? Vimal, it all depends on your overheads. Okay, but minimum at least you should not keep less than 20%. Okay, so you keep 20%, and on top of that, you have a overheads like what is the size of your team? I have a team of like 10 people, plus I have offices and all that. One car for people to go on site, one my personal car. All those things overheads you if you have, then you can just go ahead and charge more. I'm building a software wherein I'm just going to charge extra to the customers because they are going to get a complete customer portal, and they can raise the ticket like how you all those kind of a jazzy stuff. So if they are facing any issues, they can just go ahead and raise the ticket, and then we'll solve that. Those kind of thing I'm going to do because that's what IT people loves, right? So if they have an app on the phone and they okay, something is not going great, I just checked today, let me raise the ticket. They love it, and I'm going to give that. And by that, what happens? The customer is going to become my supervisor because he wants to use that tool. He'll make sure that twice in a week he'll go to the site and he'll say this is not going good, and I'll ask my supervisor that why this is not going good, go and fix it. So in that customer becomes my supervisor. So then it is all depend on what kind of thing you're putting in, and then just go ahead and put your margins. So calculate your overheads. Then you need to understand that what is the break even that you want to do, how many projects you want to do, so that your break even is met and you whatever the profit that you are looking that you achieve. I mean, it's a very complex question, but if you want me to simplify, I'll just tell you. If your fixed expense every month is 2 lakhs rupees, okay, on top of that, your salary, which is 2 lakhs rupees. So 4 lakhs rupees becomes your fixed income expenses. Below this, you cannot survive. If your profit goes below 4 lakhs every month, you're like going into the losses, right? So to get 4 lakhs rupees, and if your profit margin is let's say 20%, right? So how much sale you need to do? You need to do 20 lakh project, right?
Yeah.
If you do 20 lakh project, and if you have a sale is which your profit is 20%, you earn 4 lakhs rupees. So every month, one project worth 20 lakhs if you are doing, and if you are getting 4 lakhs rupees, you are sorted. Wherein sorted is in, it is just chalta hai kind of a thing, wherein you are not taking much in the, you are not building anything because you are just filling your current account and drying up every month. But instead of that, if your margin is more and your project is also more because you have designed your entire processes and structure, you're generating lead and all. And same like that, if you're closing 4 projects, right? So instead of 4 lakhs, you're making 16 lakhs. Now your fixed overheads will go up little because you are hiring more people for the sites and designing and all that. Instead of 2 lakhs, it will go to 4 lakhs. And then on top of that, you are taking 2 lakhs. So you're still, your expense is 6 lakhs, but you're making 10 lakhs extra every month, right? 16 lakhs. So that 10 lakhs is like surplus in your current account. Then that you can use when some month, if something happens, like the corona happened. For 4 months, there was no business. So what happens? This accumulation helps you to pay your people salary, the rent goes on time, everything, and you're like chilled out. Okay, you're just watching Netflix and eating, even if there was a lockdown. So you need to prepare yourself for a crisis. Sometimes it happens that something you never know, right? Flood comes, and suddenly you don't have a business for 15 days. Then what happens? Your 15 days are impacted. So you take from that reserve. So it all depends on that what do you want to build, what is your goal, how much is your fixed expense, and how much money you want to take home. I don't want to take less than 3 lakhs every month. So I need to build accordingly that, right? So it all starts from there. How much you want to pay yourself first, and what is the salary, that minimum salary that I'm paying in my office is 15K. which is for my office boy. And the maximum salary I'm paying is 55,000. That is for the head designer. That's it. So then you need to sum up everything and see that how much you are kind of the total fixed expenses coming. Then the rent, electricity, every month expenses for the site people and all those things. So once you figure that out, you put how much profit you want to go ahead. I hope you are clear, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So you need to do that. Do that. Then it will scare you. Oh my God, I have so much of fixed expenses, and what am I doing? How much am I earning?
Thanks. I mean, at times, actually, we have accepted some of the projects purely for a referral basis. Like, I mean, in case we do one project over here, we may expect some referral. But, I mean, end of the day, we end up getting no referrals over there. So, as I mentioned that, few projects we have worked without any margin, like expecting a referral from that. So, this is something like I had I want to have a clarity, like even the referral projects, whatever it may be, the worst margin what to keep and all.
Even if it is a referral or it is a project that you have kind of win over this your campaign or anything, you should not reduce your profit. That is number 5. So it is all hypothetical that this guy is going to give me referral. So let me do it cost to cost, or let me do it at a no price or something. No, it is all hypothetical. What if he not give? Anyways, whatever you are doing at this point of time, your stomach is not saying, okay, Vimal, you know what, you are doing such a good thing. You are going to get a referral in future. So that time I'll ask you for a food. No, it is not happening, right? Stomach will ask you food for 3 times. Your people, you have to pay salary. Electricity bill is going to come on that particular time. Your rental, your landlord is going to ask you for a rent, right? Everything has a billing cycle. So why we are doing something which is free and expecting, okay, I'll get a referral. If your work is good, you'll get a referral by any ways. So don't just get into the hypothetical situation wherein you'll say, okay, fine, I'll just do this for a relationship building and I'll get a referral. No, it never happens. It never happens. It never happened with me also. I also used to do that in the past, but then I understood that this is not a right strategy, right? So you guys know, right? What is the strategy? Strategies are the choices that we make. Okay. If my strategy is to do something free of cost for first 10 people, so that those 10 people get another 5 people and I get 50 people, right? So that is my choice. That is my strategy. But how far? I mean, you need to understand that is this strategy working and what are you doing to make this strategy work? So one is you need to make strategy and you need to make something wherein this strategy works. So what are the things that you are supporting your strategy to work? It is another kind of a level wherein, I can probably do sometime Facebook live only to our community and we'll talk about the strategy. And you'll understand that what exactly those choices you need to make in your business so that you start flourishing from single customer. We'll get into the next call because if I get into the business now, Vimal, even the whole night will be like too short because I can talk so much onto the processes, systems, and the strategy. Because I've learned it hard way. Otherwise, I would have not actually. And I don't like to keep talking. As I said, don't talk. I also don't like to talk. I just like to listen to you and then I'm just replying to those answers. Sometime you want to get onto one-to-one, come over because you are from Hyderabad. I can give you that privilege. Okay, Suresh says, how will get know that client is genuine or it's come for the design idea. Suresh, you're there on the call. Okay, Suresh is not on the call, but he's saying that how do we know that if the client is junior or he has just come for a design idea. So Suresh, what happens? You don't have to give everything to the customers. Just give him a testers, okay? And through that testers only, you'll understand that if he's a genuine or not genuine client. If he's not genuine client, he's not going to stick to you for a longer time. Your process should be at least for a week's time, okay, or 10 days. Wherein if he's not genuine, is not going to stick around with you. Vimal says how to handle the fickle-minded client. It is very difficult to handle Vimal, but some of the people have their spouses who are fickle-minded, right? The husband has a wife who is fickle mind. The wife has a husband who is fickle mind, but they still manage each other, right? And how do they do it? How do they do it? They understand the customers are not fickle minded, but they are kind of concerned. Okay, when they don't get a clarity, they ask for a lot of changes. So once you understand that this guy doesn't have any clarity that what he wants, then you need to ask some particular questions to those customers and understand that what exactly he's looking for, because whatever he's talking is just a superficial. There is something inside which is deeper and he also doesn't know, right? So those kind of customers are fickle minded customers. You need to understand them more. Probably, if one customer you are giving 2 hours, this customer you'll have to give a half an hour extra. Give that half an hour extra and get that thing out. But here also you need to understand, even if he's a fickle-minded customer and if he's a customer, don't leave him. But if he's C or D, just go ahead and do namaste. It all boils down to that. Understand who is your customer. If it's A, B, C, D. C and D, thank you so much, sir. Is A and B, please come, sir. As simple as that. Understand your customer. Very important. Very, very important. You should know. I mean, see, why why should we always be rejected? Okay, I want to ask here to Ashik and Neha and Vimal, Sangeeta, Harshali, everything. Why interior designers should be rejected all the time? We should also have a power to really reject the customer. And that we can only do by filtering those customers. And I know, okay, this is A and B. C and D, boss, I don't want to work with you. Go ahead and look for someone else. There are a lot of people. So don't come into the Life Universal community. Here we just work with A and B customers. C and D is for the rest of the people. Start rejecting customers, man. It is so much of fun. You guys don't know. We do that. We do that. We just love that. Yes. You can see I'm blushing because we love that. We love, okay, we don't want to work with you. I mean, we don't say upfront, but we say, sir, you know what, we are so tied up. I'm so sorry to let you go. But you know what? Once we are like free, we'll come back to you. Till then, you can just explore some options. And they're like, surprised, huh? He's telling no to me. No one likes to get rejected. Trust me. And it's like, why you are saying, okay, I'm willing to wait 1 week. Why you are saying no? Then say, okay, sir, this is what our costing. Then I say, this is okay. I can manage. How do we start? Sometimes C customers also come back. So yesterday I said, if the C customer is coming back, it is okay. If he's not coming back, it is better. We have done something where we have rejected the customer and he said, okay, no, why? Okay, you don't have time. I'll wait for 1 week. Tell me what is it. We have closed. Start rejecting, they'll come back. Trust me. No one likes rejection. We don't like rejection. How customer will like rejection? Just do that once. It's like fun.
Yes, sir. I did the same thing once, so many times.
Okay. You did that once, Sangeeta?
Yes, sir. So many times, and the customer will definitely get back to us after searching many things.
Yes, because his ego will be hurt. The rest of the world
Yes.
is just running behind, and Sangeeta is rejecting. It's like, how come Sangeeta can reject me? Let me go to the Sangeeta. That's how. I mean, it always works
Yes, sir.
something different, right? If you want to stand out of the crowd, if you want to stand different from the crowd, you need to do something which crowd is not doing, guys. We are just seeing and we are
Yeah,
doing
if
it.
they,
Yeah.
yes,
Sangeeta?
yeah, if they come back also, then they can. They sometimes I do the same thing, sir. So definitely they have to approach at any cost.
Great. So,
Thank you, sir.
anonymous, one more question is there. Good evening. Okay, good evening. I watched your AMW session yesterday's recording. Is that what you said? You got a project worth 60 lakhs. How much will you make in that project, sir? Okay, how much you want from me? Okay, I just go ahead and make 30%. So you can calculate. So I'm just going to make around 18 lakhs. So good. Look at my overheads and all. If I don't close whole month, I'm all sorted. I'm all sorted. So I work on 30% right now. Okay. So I hope you got your answer. If you want to reveal your name, you can. Okay, don't go ahead and kidnap me. I don't have so much of money. Okay.
So one question, sir.
Yes.
Do we really need a setup of office to do the interior designing projects to show off like that?
It is not for show off, but you definitely need a place where you want to sit and work. Correct. So I work for 18, more than 18 hours, Sangeeta. If you know, if you, I don't know. I mean, we are still like just knowing each other through this classes, but people who knows me and who are working with me, and in the WhatsApp class also, you must be seeing that, you know, yesterday only my video release was late. I released it just at 7. Otherwise, every day 5:30 you'll see the video is coming into the group, right? So
Yes.
I get up at
Yes.
5. I and most of the you are like talking to me in the late night also, and I'm responding till 12:30 in bed.
Yeah.
So I hardly sleep for 4 hours, 5 hours. I get up at 5, get freshen up and all. 5:30 I release the video. Then I go and play tennis. I'm part of a tennis group in my community. I just go ahead and play the tennis. But right now, you know, it's raining and all that. So I just go for a walk, half an hour in my community, half an hour to 45 minutes. Then I come back and then I just go ahead and cool myself. There's a swing in my house, so I just sit there and relax, and then I meditate for 15 minutes. I just be with myself, and I understand that what I want to achieve today. So I kind of, you know, give that command to the universe that I want to achieve this today. This works, guys. You need to give command to universe, then universe gives it. What is self confidence? People say that don't become negative. What is negative? When you say that, you know, I cannot do it, or this will not happen or something, then universe says, okay, this is not going to happen, this is not for you. But I tell myself, okay, this is what I want and this is how I'm going to get it. And I meditate for 15 hours, 15 minutes, and then I go take shower, all that, and then, you know, make breakfast for my family. I make breakfast every day, guys. And then I get ready, take breakfast, and leave for office. So by 9 or 9:30 max, I'm in the office every day. And then, you know, evening I have a call with you guys. Starting from 7, it gets up to 8, 8:30, and then I wind up by 9, 9:30. I leave. 10 o'clock I reach office, home, and then I take food, sit with my family for some time, and then I go ahead and finish some of my work, wind up my day, and sleep. So that is why, you know, you need office, because if your working hours like longer, and if you want to kind of achieve something, you need the office, because home there are a lot of disturbances are there. So you cannot manage.
Yes.
So that is why. And if you want to do a client meetings, how many times you'll go to the client's place? It takes your
Yeah.
traveling time. But if you can do 2 to 3 meetings in a day, if you have an office and clients are just coming to your office, doing the meetings and going, so you don't have to travel. So that is why office is required. But when you're starting off, it's okay. You can do it from home, and then slowly build a small office, not very fancy stuff, but build a small office where you know comfortably work and invite client over a coffee and close the project. So that is the idea of
Because
office.
because as there is no office, so many clients have told me, ma'am, you don't have office till you are quoting so much. Means I always tell them that I only do the quality of work, not the quantity of work, and not because of this low budget cost. I tell them these things
So you
because
should
of
say,
I don't.
sir, I want to start office. That is why I'm quoting so much.
Sir.
You should say, I want to start my office. That is why I'm quoting so much.
Okay. So that means they'll definitely not come to us.
So sometimes you need to be little direct to customer. That's absolutely okay. It's
Yeah.
absolutely okay. You
Okay.
can be direct to customer. Okay, sir, if I quote
Okay.
less, then I'll always be doing like this. But I know I have some calculation based on that. You know, I have a target that in another 4 months or 5 months, I want to set up my office. And you know how the property prices and the sales and all that. I mean the rents and all that. And on top of that, I'll have to do up my office a bit. It all takes money, sir. Even if I'm an interior designer, I am also being charged by my vendor, the materials, you know, stuff like that. So
Super,
today I
super.
don't have office, but definitely, you know, after 4 months, 5 months, I'll have office. And for that, I'm preparing. Just go ahead and say that.
Thank, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Prithvi says, could you please share standard workflow line it can help everyone who is just starting up to plan things and work accordingly. Standard workflow line is in the process you are asking, Prithvi? Prithvi Krishna. Okay, we have Prithviraj Rathod. Prithvi Krishna is not on the call. If it is a process, yes, tomorrow I'm just going to open my process. So you can just see it and just copy it if you like it. If you don't like it, you can dump it. Please share what all the systems we need in place, like you were just explaining about the app to raise tickets. Okay, so there are a lot of systems. I mean, it all depends on what you want to build. So maybe once my app is into it is in a test. This thing, I'll just try and open that. One second. I also don't have the ID. I'll just call my people. So I can just show you that how it is happening, and the app we are building, wherein the customer is going to have a portal, so they can, for whatever time they are into my system, they can have that app. अपना इसका बोल्ट का यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड क्या है? हाँ, अच्छा ठीक है. Is my email address or something? No. Okay. 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 Right. So one second, guys. I'll just show you something. Okay. We are just, I mean, it's just in the beta phase. We are just working on it. And once it is done, then the customer will have the entire portal with them. They can just download the app and keep it till they are into the system, right? And anything that they want to kind of ask me, they can go ahead and ask me or inform us or something on that app. Give me a couple of minutes, guys, because I've not opened it, so just let me open and then I can show. In case if you guys want to see it, or otherwise we'll just go on. Just give me this thing. Give me a shout out, guys. If you want to see it, then I'll just go ahead. Otherwise, we'll continue with the questions. Should we continue with the questions?
So I want to see it.
See it, okay. Then I'll just open. Give me a second, it's just opening. So this is still in beta phase, so it is little slow and you can see not secure here, but it's once it is done, because we are constantly giving some inputs to them, and based on that, they are kind of figuring it out that what kind of options needs to be given and all that. So here what is going to happen, we'll have a complete control, and the customer will have a app wherein each app will kind of show how much their kitchen is costing, and how much their bedroom is costing, how much their guest bedroom, master bedroom, and all that stuff. Once they click on the kitchen, the entire detail of the kitchen is going to come along with the design on their phone itself. And when they go onto the site, and if they see something which they want to kind of raise the query, and there is a complete chat section that they can just go there, select what room they have issue, and they can just write, and it will flash everywhere. It will flash to me also, it will flash to my design head, it will flash to my site coordinator, it will flash to my supervisor, it will even flash to my CRM. And then we have a process where it should get resolved in 48 hours. So the particular person who is responsible for it should resolve it, and then we'll close that ticket by saying that it is resolved. Now, if the customer has to pay, we also raise the ticket. We are also, we are also going to raise the ticket in that app, saying that this date you have to pay so that work proceeds. If he doesn't pay, then we raise another ticket saying that it is kind of overdue. If he still doesn't pay, then the work stops, and we inform that. We update the status in app, and the customer knows that okay, the work has stopped. So it is going to be like that. So this is like how the entire. It took little time to open because it's in beta. So here, like the initial quotation, the number of quotation, then aging report it is going to give me, and then I can just take the feedback type from here, and then here is what the entire building is going to happen. And then if I click here, it is going to, this is like complete customer management places. So whether it is a B2B or B2C, that I can just go ahead and select. Okay, and then I can add address, and then this is the customer. Okay, this is another customer, like that. So I can just select, and then I see what is happening here. This is like complete my product list, right? So whatever the product I have, so top line 22 and things like that, or connector, neon strip, all those things, I can just build the entire product here. And so that comes into the quotation. The next is like, this is the test demo and things like that. So you can just go ahead and see, this is how it is. It looks, right? And when you, right? So, and this is the CRM tool. So it shows that 1,68,000. So one just test quotation that we built for this customer. Okay, and so once you get into it, it says that kitchen base unit this much price, and kitchen wall unit this much, crockery unit this much, and puja base unit and this much. Total is 168 and all that. So this is like further. Now this just says woodwork, 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 and all that, right? So we are just still working on it, wherein it gets little more into the deeper. So that is how it is going to work. And so this is complete backend software that I shown you. The output right now I don't have with me because it is not still started. So once the output is a beautiful thing, I can just show you something. Okay, here. So this is how the entire output will probably come. This is how the entire output will come. So probably it will talk about the client's ID, what stage he is into, and all that. Then we'll talk about our company a little bit on the second page. Then all his requirement and all that, and then the complete quotation is going to start. So kitchen with the some basic reference images and all that, it will automatically pick up. If it is a bottle pull-out, we are giving what is it. Then cutlery, if we are giving what is it. Then project synopsis will come. So entire kitchen costing, living room costing, master bedroom costing, study room costing, tax invoice, and all that. So this is going to get automatically generated. Yeah, so this is what the software is, guys. It is in beta, and probably another 10 days, I think we'll be through with it, and then we'll start using it slowly, but it will actually take close to 40, 50 days for us to be very actively working on it. Okay. Please share what systems. Okay, so I just shared that. So what is the working process or designing process in your office? So again, someone anonymous, I think the same guy who asked how much percentage I'm earning. Okay, so tomorrow I'm anyways going to show you that how my entire working process is, and my entire business process, in fact. So if you like it, you can just go ahead and copy. Mudassir says customer will be very positive and happy with our presentation. Sometimes all of a sudden customer will not pick up calls after meeting and give the work to others. I don't know. You need to probably think why it happens, because the presentation is good. Okay, presentation is fantastic, but for whom? Sometimes we are so self-obsessed with our design, and we think that we have done something which is phenomenal, which is amazing, but probably we have completely missed out on to what customer is asking, and we have just gone into that zone wherein we think that we have designed something amazing, and why he is not kind of this thing, right? So I just see when we have completely missed out onto understanding the customer, then most of the time this happens that we see that the design is good based on what we have understood, but the customer is not resonating, and then he starts looking for another options. Okay, someone has asked me question on chat. What is that? Where is the chat box? One second. It just went somewhere. Okay. Now the chat box says, who asked the question on the chat box? Is it Veena? Sometimes it happens that client is very laxy to release for the money and keep speaking till the last time and not paid. What to do then? Just build the process and say that this is at this point of time you have to pay. If you don't pay, we cannot go ahead. Straight away. Straight away. You need to give that clarity at the end. So let's say suppose if you have a 12 steps, okay? I have 12 steps in my processes. I enter into the 7th step and move out into the 9th step. Rest all the steps are managed by my people in the office. So I enter into the 7th step, move out into the 9th step. And when we are on the 9th step, the customer knows that they'll have to pay. If they don't pay, we just close the process. We just don't go ahead. So you need to give that clarity to the customer the moment he comes in that this is how we work. If you kind of are okay, we'll just go ahead. And if they are not okay, let them go because they are probably C or D customers who are not kind of interested or kind of don't want to make commitment. Now, any one of you, maybe if you're a boy, do you need any girlfriend who is not kind of committing to you? Or if you're a girl, and do you want any boyfriend who is not kind of committing to you? Same works here. So you don't want any customer who cannot commit to you, saying that if you really solve my problem, I'm just going to go ahead with you, and that is my commitment. If they are not seeing that, they are not giving that commitment, they are not customers. They are just hunters. I call them hunters because they'll use you like a Google, they'll understand everything and they'll go ahead and get it done from some carpenter. Because those kind of people, doesn't deserve any interior designers. So we have our own values, guys, and we should not lose out on it. If they are not falling in line, let them go. We are okay. There are a lot of customers. We need to know how to target and how to get those customers. Prithvi says, hi Tushar, how are you? Do you provide white label services? White label as in what kind of services? Can you just unmute or maybe type?
Hi.
Hi.
So basically, you provide the whole services and everything, and let's just say I am
Okay, I got it.
So rebranding it basically.
I got it.
The whole services and I do get the clients basically.
Yeah. So I don't get into the white labeling. Because what happens when I do that, for a small margin, I have to take responsibility.
Right.
And I don't want to get into the small margin. I always look for a bigger game. So if I'm getting something bigger, I'll go for it. Otherwise, no. I just say, okay, go ahead and buy from this guy. I am not keeping anything. He'll give you my price and 10% is what you are going to save than the market. Then he feels good. That's just a customer delight. So I don't get into small thing. Then he says, get me a sofa, get me a bed, get me a mattress. I don't do that. And I don't even put that. Some people come and say, no, you do everything. And you know what? You put geysers also, you put fan also, you put exhaust fan also. And I said, okay, I'll do that. But what I'll do is, we'll make a separate code and that my entire electrician is going to manage, you pay him directly. So then it is electrician's headache because electrician is like, he's earning 200 rupees also on geyser. More than happy. Because 3 geysers, 600 rupees a day. I mean, it's a good money for him. But for 600 rupees, I cannot break my head. I cannot put my manpower behind the coordination and all that. Right? So I just say, okay, I'll take care of it. As a customer, you don't want to get into the hassle of getting things and all. But we'll make a separate code and you can just go ahead and pay directly to my person. I will not get into it. So that is how I do it.
All right.
Yeah. Chandan says, how to introduce client for first time on a call. Okay, fantastic, Chandan. You know what? First time, you should not introduce yourself on a call. I don't get onto the call with a client. But now, since I have a team, I understand that you don't have a team. So first, when you call, before the call, you probably message him saying that this is Chandan Prajapati and I have got your number from so and so platform or whatever. Give the background and say I'm going to call you at this particular time. Please let me know if we can talk. Okay, let him reply. Once he replied that yes, then you call at that point of time, so that you are telling him that he's going to expect your call. Probably he'll save your number also, or maybe he'll remember that what is the last 4 digit, and he'll know, okay, now the Chandan is calling. So he's like kind of waiting for your call. Secondly, you know what? You just go ahead and put him a message saying that what is your that one single USP that you do, and if let's say suppose you are doing free design, and it is a referral client. Let's say suppose Tushar has given you someone's number, or let's say Prithviraj is my friend, and I know Chandan. So I said, okay, Prithviraj, you want to get your house done. Chandan is going to be the person. Then I tell Chandan, call Prithviraj. Okay, and Chandan is going to do free design. So you just say that, hi Prithviraj, this is the Chandan Prajapati. I am a designer of Tushar Parya, and I'm sure that he spoke to you about me, and we don't charge anything for design. In that matter, I'm going to call you at 11. So are you available to talk, or let me alternate time or something of that sort? You put, let him respond and say, yeah, you can call, or maybe please call me at 12:30 or something. So by that and then you just go ahead and say, hey, Prithvi, this is Chandan. I just messaged you. Like, yeah, you messaged me. Yeah, tell me what is it. He said, yeah, great. So this is how. Then you explain your process very quickly on the phone. This is how we work. So if you, or before that you ask on the phone, say that we have a set of a process. How do you want to know it? You want me to send you on a WhatsApp, email, or you want me to meet you personally and then explain, right? So kind of a quick presentation you want to give. They say, no, I'm okay with on a phone, or send me on a WhatsApp, then send it, whatever way, right? And then pull it out from there. Pooja says, how to handle situation when customer comes to site every day and spends full day there and disturbing vendors. Customers also ask vendor how much this is, I'm sorry guys, but this is like amazing. It happens only when you have your customers are not right kind of a customer. I always talk about amazing customers in Pratt Whitney. When they are convenient customers or they are dangerous customers, this is what happens. So pick your customers very carefully. Someone has asked me in the Slido, says, sir, never mind, just for fun, what's your net worth and what all cars do you own, since it's been a productive talk. Okay, so Pratik, I'll tell you, I drive Skoda Superb top-end automatic. I have one Scorpio and I have one Spark. So I have just 3 cars. Okay, and I broke in 2014. Probably you guys must have seen the video. I broke, otherwise I was just about to buy BMW 5 Series, and I still aspire to buy BMW 5 Series. 530D is one of my favorite cars. Okay, and I closed 3.58 CR in March, and this year I'm targeting 10 CR. Okay, so my story is like completely open, guys. And 3.58 CR when I closed, that numbers like is put up to 150 people in the banquet when my mentor was talking about me. So I don't hide my numbers, and because my numbers I have achieved only because of my processes and with the help of my mentor. So I learned something from him. He's a very expensive mentor, but I learned from him and I implemented. More than anything is implementing. Learning is like, okay, anyone can do it, learn. But then after learning, if you don't implement, you don't succeed. Okay, so I hope you got your answer, Pratik. So please, Suresh says, sometimes client team up with the contractor and kick out the designer from a project. Suresh, again, it all boils down to the quality of a customer. So don't go behind the C customer and D customer. All this thing happens when you have those quality of a customer. Harshali says, what is the more beneficial to work on square feet rate or percentage basis? And if on square feet basis, what should be the square feet rate? So if you're talking about the consultancy, don't take less than 100 rupees if you are starting. But if you're like a pro, go ahead and ask for 150 rupees. Don't go for percentage, because then there are clashes. Sometimes customer hides the number, or maybe if you have designed something and which is going little expensive, he'll think that just you want to increase your profit margin, or maybe you want to increase your percentage. You are putting some design which is like going unnecessarily expensive. So work on square feet, fix your price, and just say this is what I'm going to charge you. So that always works in favor of you and your customers. Okay, so yeah. What else, guys? Great. So 8:30, we're like 1.5 hours. Thank you so much, and we're just gonna close this call today. Loved only for design consultancy. Yes, only for design consultancy. Go ahead and charge 150 rupees. Then slowly you can increase. So if it is like 3,000 square feet, go ahead and charge 4,50,000 rupees for design consultancy plus 18% GST. If your turnover for whole year is like below 20 lakhs, but if you are for single project, if you are charging 4.5 lakh, 5 lakh rupee, 20 lakhs will happen like this. So you'll have to get a GST registration and go ahead and do that. Always be in compliance. How to do business with builder and broker to get clients? Okay, it is pretty simple. I don't know. Yesterday I showed on the call. You were there, Chandan. I'm not sure if you were there, but I showed that I am into touch with a builder wherein I'm talking about 550 apartments, wherein I'm going to give a package of 5 lakhs and 7.5 lakh package. My people are going to follow up with those 550 customers. We are just looking at 50, 60, 70 customers to close for that 5 lakh package, wherein we'll walk out with 20% each customer. That's it. In a standard design, if they ask for customize, we just say no. Okay, so that is how we are doing it. There's in that same only we have a villa project wherein we are building 15 lakh and 20 lakh package. Again, same thing. If they are asking for customization, no. If they are going for as it is for the package, we are going to deal. Carpet area or design area? Yeah, you can just go ahead and measure the carpet area. Charge on carpet area. Okay, thank you. Great, guys. So that's all about today, and I just loved answering you guys. So let me know anything
Thank you,
else.
sir.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much. And we'll just end this call. Thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you
sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow in the evening
you.
at 6 p.m. guys, and take my processes, start implementing in your business. Okay. See you tomorrow at 6
Okay.
p.m.
Okay,
in the
sir.
evening.
Okay,
Tomorrow
goodbye.
is day 5.
Thank you.
No
Bye.
video is going to come. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amisha. Thank you. Thank you, Mudassir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Ashik. Thank you, Ashwini, Amulya, Indrajit, Sangeeta, Vimal.
Thank you, sir,
And,
for the
thank you
valuable
so
time.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for taking out time and learning. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
so open, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm always excited with you all. Because I want you guys to learn and probably start, because I feel that sometime back I was the same person what you guys are today, and I want every interior designer to be respected equally, and they should not be like kind of taken for granted just because of some weird contractors. So right, build your systems and processes and become so professional that no one undervalues you guys. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Great.
yes.
Great.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for showing your systems.
Yeah. Prith, you have something to say?
No, thank you for showing your systems.
I couldn't hear you.
Thank you for showing your system.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prith. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and close the call. See you soon, and let's start doing fantastic business. Thank you and good night.